Good morning, we're back. It's very early because we're driving back to Tampa. Our skates are finally in the pro shop, so we're gonna get a proper fitting and hopefully end up with some nice new skates. We're super excited, but we're currently in this line. I don't know if you guys can see, it's pretty depressing, but we're breaking our fast with Starbucks just because otherwise this 2-hour drive at 8 a.m. is just not gonna happen. But come along with us, it's gonna be an exciting day.
Now we can drive. Welcome back to another Ice Baddies episode. I feel like this is a deja vu. We're here again and hopefully we're gonna get our new skates. Don't forget the most important part, guys. Don't forget to subscribe. We're trying to get to 1,000 subs. For the record, it's 3 hours earlier than the other episodes. Right? So it's like it's way earlier. Just like last week, we're in the exact same place. No, please don't get lost in the dresses.
If you're trying to dance in a freestyle boot, you're gonna break the boot down faster because you're not doing what the boot was intended for. So this boot was not intended for you to hold like a deep D. This is designed to resist you. So you're gonna crease the boot. You're gonna have issues. You're probably going to want to leave the top hook undone so you can get a little more flexibility. This is for a show skater. The front facings are rigid and strong so you can do jumps, but it's cut low in the backstay. Well, anytime you cut the boot low in the backstay, you are going to sacrifice some of the strength of the boot. So it's not going to be quite as stiff. So it's good probably for singles, some doubles, but beyond that, it's it's going to be a little soft. It's going to either wear out too quickly or just feel a little bit too soft.
What's your level of excitement?
Very high right now. I'm really excited about this skate. Is this normal that I can bend it so much?
So the Edea boot is going to allow you much more mobility at the top cup. A lot more mobility.
But will I still be able to hold my edges on that?
You will. This is particularly open. We haven't shaped this at all. So I'm going to pull an Ice Fly and have you try on an Ice Fly and see how it feels in comparison.
Someone told me that Ice Flies and Showgirls have the same padding, and they absolutely do not.
The tongue is actually different. I feel like the insides, this is way softer on the inside. Oh. But the inside looks the same almost, like if looking at it. But this one is for sure different, the one in the tongue.
The tongue in the Showgirl is wider and it feels way more pillowy than the Ice Fly.
I don't like the way this heel looks. I like more beige. One thing that I just noticed is this part. It's non-existent here. So it's like stiff all the way to the top. This thing is so cool. This thing is so soft. So you kind of like count the boot going all the way down here because this is so soft. So this one goes way higher than this one. So which one is better?
And
well, these ones are obviously more comfy.
And how does the heel feel? Same?
Yeah.
Well, so here's the difference. This is a taller toe box, so it's got more room. Keep that on just to see how you like the feel of the rest of the boot.
This turned into a Ice Flies versus Showgirl
battle. This just added $300 on top of our budget plan. What do you guys think?
It's a good thumbnail.
Ice Flies versus Showgirl. The Ice Flies definitely has more support, feels more jumpy, but absolutely like almost no point. Look, compare this point with this point. It's been about 10 minutes and I can already tell cram, no cram.
Your feet are not so expensive after all.
I guess I have cheap feet, thank God.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to take them off. I can't. I know he said to keep them on for a while, but I can't handle it. It's too much cram. freedom for the feet. Yeah, no, these guys are no, unless it's larger size or something. So they're actually closer to, these are Concerto, and the padding, I would say, in the tongue is closer to Concerto than to Ice Fly. For sure. This one is a little more narrow, this one is a little more white here. I don't know if you guys can see, but the inside looks almost exactly the same, and the backs look very similar. Look how much smaller the new boot is than my current one. Like just even like even in the size, it's shorter. But he said this was the correct size for me also, it's just not the right model. I feel a lot of pressure on the ball of my foot when I'm trying to stand up. Is it normal?
Through the width here?
No.
Feeling pressure on the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, so pressure on the bottom of the foot is actually usually the width. The width isn't wide enough, and that's why you're getting the pressure pain on the bottom of the foot. We can open up the forefoot of the Showgirl. We can make it wider. So this is just straight out of the box.
Just averted a heart attack.
Yeah. I'm gonna heat this to bring this in a little bit.
Okay.
So it's gonna hold your foot better. Tap your foot nice and hard, so it's a good kick back.
Yeah.
Okay, so you all the way in the back?
Kinda.
So,
hold on, can I do this real quick?
yeah.
Okay.
So on your current skates, does it feel like when you put your skates on, your heel seats all the way in the back?
I have to do this.
Okay, but it does feel like it gets all the way. This needs to be wider right down here to allow your heel to pull all the way back. This needs to be a little bit narrower just to lock it in place.
Is it normal that it feels very, very tight? Like when I'm sitting, if I don't know if I'm skating, I'll get cramps or something.
So a boot should fit like a firm handshake. So you should feel the boot everywhere.
It should be squeezing a little bit.
It shouldn't be bending your foot, but you should feel it everywhere, holding your foot.
It holds me in place.
You feel like you're
you know how people do all this like balances?
Mm-hmm. You know, like in video games, you put new gear, it's like plus 10 skill.
And how does the height feel?
The height feels.
They look good
oh yeah,
on the
they're
outside.
flatter. They're flatter than this one. They definitely feel very comfy. I just don't know if they'll hold enough.
Okay, so why don't we take this off? I want you to put your cotton sock on.
Okay.
And we'll try it on with your cotton sock.
Oh, now it's good?
Uh-huh. Yeah, I just tied the laces more here.
Okay.
And I think the cotton sock also helps
look
because now
really
I feel
good.
like it
Yep,
like grips there.
Yep.
Like I can't pull my foot out anymore.
Nope. We'll see.
He talks like I'm the one who's the diva, but he's the one who has 50 pairs of shoes. Look at this beauty. Look, the blade is on. Look how pretty. They look like real skates now.
She's going to try them on. It's time to see if she got the right ones or not.
I feel like Bambi. I feel like the Russians say, like cow on the ice. It's literally me.
How are your feet feeling so far?
Far so good. Just like they're scared. Like my feet feel scared.
You feel like it's harder or easier?
Oh, way harder.
Way harder?
I feel like I don't feel where anything is, you know?
Plus it's a shorter blade, so if you try and put your weight more on the back, you're going to kind of slide out a little bit, right? Yes.
It's mostly the boots that like kind of give me jitters a little bit.
Very different, yes.
It's not pretty. I know. Scared to move, you know, like because I'm not sure at which point I'm gonna fall, and this one can like feel them very well. Feel good. Like it's not like they feel
good?
like
Okay. So
something's
you just
wrong
gotta get
with
used to
it's
it
just
then.
I'm not used to them because they're different. I feel like I
It's
need
going to
to
change your technique. What worked before isn't going to work the same as before. Oh, they're so nice and
I love the little extra.
The red.
Oh, I didn't even notice. I
Oh,
thought it was
yes.
just red.
Oh, the
Yeah,
Dang.
they added them for that, and they loved it so much on the Showgirl they started adding them to the Ice Flies.
the sparkling part is gonna show when you show your soul.
Glitter. When,
Yeah.
when I start doing this fan kick.
yeah, exactly. Like a slow mo.
Yeah, shopping trip, semi-successful. Successful for me and successful for Bruno, but we'll get there.
So we're finally out. We got the skates. We probably have to sell our house before before we buy my skates. But I think overall it was a good experience.
I ended up getting the Edea Showgirls after trying on pretty much the entire store. They probably hate me now, but you know what? If I'm spending over $1,000 on skates, I better like them. So I got the John Wilson Coronation dance blades with them. I don't know if you guys can see. They're technically Coronation Ace blade, but with a chopped off
Back.
heel. Yeah. I skated in them a little bit just to, you know, to see the blade alignment and everything. And honestly, I did not feel any discomfort from having shorter blade. Some people online said that it's really scary, that you feel like you're gonna fall backwards. I didn't feel any of that at all. They just felt normal, like my current blades. The 7 rocker definitely makes a difference versus the 8. Everybody knows that, so it's probably not news to anybody. So I'll have some adjustment period for sure. Trying to get used to them, but so far I'm really happy and I can't wait to skate in them. I'm really sad for Bruno that he didn't get his skates today, but at least he decided what he wanted.
Yeah, hopefully within a week or 2 weeks I'm gonna have mine. They only had the used skates, so we have to wait for mine to arrive, and I think that it's gonna be pretty fast.
Within the next couple weeks we're gonna also make a separate video on what actually happens in skate fitting, where we're gonna go step by step about how the process works and what to expect and what to prepare, what to wear, all of those useful things. So please stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. We're trying really hard to get to 1,000 subscribers so we get new features. So just to review real quick, you guys also ended up getting the Showgirl model. The other Edea models gave me crazy cramps in my feet. That's why I couldn't even consider any of them pretty much. And I heard that feedback from other skaters as well. So if you're one of the people who said no to Edea because they were giving you cramps in your feet, you might want to try Showgirl regardless, because it does feel different. It does feel looser. It does feel more wide, and you feel like you have more space for the toes than most of the classic Edea models. So now it's already 2 days later, and we're at our ring, and we're gonna put them on the ice and test them out and see how that goes. I'm gonna break them in. I'm gonna try, hopefully if I don't die before then, I'm gonna try to do some of the things that we're working on, and let's see how that goes.
The calm before the storm, guys. Today is getting serious. So that's it.
These look kind of weird, no?
It's official.
They stick out.
Oh yeah, I see. I think it looks better without the leg warmers. But she doesn't want to scratch them right away.
Yeah, I want to make sure I don't scratch them on the first skate.
The walk of glory, look at this.
Already falling over. Alright, the moment of truth. Am I gonna fall and die right away? I hope not.
That would be funny if the first time you go with the skates you forget to take off the guards. Careful.
Yeah, no, that wouldn't be funny at all. They feel weird. I mean, they feel fine.
So fine?
They feel weird because they're still, you know, they're like a little stiff, and especially because it's not just the skates. They changed the blades also to a smaller rocker. And to shorter blade, all at the same time.
Plus
so
the
I'm
sharpening, you did a different measure, right?
Oh yeah, and so I got it sharpened at the pro shop, which is obviously a different guy who has his own preference, I guess, for sharpening from our normal guy. Oh.
So we're giving it a try.
So yeah, so they're way more bitey than what I'm used to, even though it's only
How much did you have
one
now?
half. You only did a half.
And before?
Half radius. Before I had 7/16, but these feel way more bitey than what I had before. Like even I'm trying to stop. You can see it's like
It stops instantly?
it like bites into
Sudden
the
stop.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't drag.
Yeah, you gotta get used to it.
So I'm gonna do my normal warm up. Basically, at least I'm gonna try to do my normal warm up, just basic edges, and see how that goes from there. Crossover's really awkward.
But just the left one, practically.
Just the left one.
It's been 5 minutes only, so
I might have, you know, overpulled it a little bit. So we'll see. how
yeah, I
this
feel like you
goes.
need time to adjust. How much
Yeah.
you even tighten?
I feel like I have to be extra aware of like where everything goes in
Yeah.
my body now. Sometimes I'm like, what? That's not what they do anymore, these skates. So I switched in the middle of this whole ordeal. I also switched from freestyle to dance blades, and he's gonna switch also. So these are shorter. If you look at them, they have a cut-off heel. A lot of people told us there was gonna be an issue and that they had problems feeling like they're gonna be falling backwards. I don't feel any of that at all. To be honest, I don't notice any difference like lengthwise at all doing my normal warm-up movement so far. The only difference I notice is the rocker. I feel like the edges are way easier in these blades, and in general I feel like I skate faster for whatever reason. Like I push and there's so much more glide than what I'm used to in my old blades. The boots feel very stiff, obviously, because they're new. They feel way stiffer. I feel like I don't have as much of like a squishiness with my ankle band, so it makes things a little awkward, but I'm sure that's something that's gonna go away once they break in a little bit. Overall, they're very comfy. I feel like they have great support for, you know, for a low cut boot specifically, and so far so good.
Nice socks.
Thanks. Very creative. I like polka dots.
So it's been 30 minutes and she tested everything on her own. Now we're gonna try and do some dancing and see if we can still do them. Yeah, we're gonna do the ones we already tested, by the way, but we haven't posted yet. So no pressure at all, and let's see how she feels after that.
Oh my god, this is so much easier. I used to have so much trouble with the step out from back to forward here. I would always catch my blade and like fall sometimes, let's be honest. Look, Look, I can do this and nothing clicks. Nothing clicks, there's no blade there. This is so awesome. I felt a little bit awkward because the boots still feel very stiff. It's hard for me to really feel the ankle band and the knee band, so I don't know, we haven't seen the video yet, but we're gonna see later of how this dance looked.
But I feel like it didn't feel as bad as we thought it would feel.
One difference that we noticed is because I changed the blades and he hasn't yet. He's gonna get the same ones as me whenever his boots come. Soon. But my edges are so much deeper with such lower effort, like almost no effort. I just like push a little bit and I'm just gliding non-stop. This is so cool. And now the problem that we have, that I started curving more than he does, just because that's where my skates go right now.
She even felt it on a stroke. Just stroking, she puts so much less effort than me, and she actually travels more than me, which is a little unfair.
I'm gonna try out some edges. I'm just gonna do a circle, like on the outside and the inside, and see how it goes.
So our coach once said, if you have good edges, you just need to do one push and you come back to the same place.
It works.
I was
It
saying,
works.
not bad at all.
I don't really need to push as much. It's like so much easier. It's insane. It's insane how much of a difference blades make.
Do it, do it,
Should I
do it.
try scratch first?
Yeah,
Start slow. Spin so much faster that like my upper body is delayed. Like I can't keep up with my own butt.
So meanwhile, I'm here sitting with my old skates, all sad on the sidelines, while they're having fun.
Should I risk like a bunny hop?
She's feeling adventurous.
I'm feeling brave today. I don't know, I might die. We'll find out. Oh no, it works!
Look at you.
It works! I thought it would be worse.
Okay,
It's actually easier.
you're at least 2 inches off the floor.
It's actually easier. You know how like they say that because my other boots were so much taller. Oh my god, look at this hole. My other boots were so much taller that people say it's easier to jump, but these are way lower cut, but I feel like it's so much easier for me because I can actually like push up and get over my toes when I go into the jump. It's like, oh my god, it's like night and day, you guys. I'm so excited. Unexpected result. Let me try this again.
Okay, not bad.
Not bad. It's not bad. I feel like because they're like a rocking horse. The blades they rock more, so I'm not used to it. I'm used to like landing and the blade just like slams on the ice in all its glory. And this one I land and it kind of rocks back. I didn't expect that. But it's okay, we'll figure it out. It's crazy! It's absolutely crazy. I'm like blown away.
You feel like a showgirl?
Look at me, showgirl. No. I feel same old me, just with better edges.
I feel like it's normal that you feel the difference on the spins.
Yeah, they're like completely different. They feel completely different. Spins need a lot of getting used to. But anything like the edges, any kind of like Mohawk 3 turns.
As long as you
I need to think about them. I need to like, I feel like I'm slow because I need to stop and think about them like in my head before I do them. I can just like do them when I want, you know?
On the back, because it's slower. How does it feel? Do you feel
So
better?
I love it. I love it so much.
Like
this
even
is
when
like
you're
the best
doing,
thing that ever happened
let's
to
say
me.
when you're doing, like forward power pulls, like you kind of like
So
bend
much easier.
here. Is it easier?
So much. It's like literally this low back
You know where
is
it's
the
gonna be
best
good
thing that
too?
happened to me since Coca-Cola.
You know where it's gonna be.
It has the cross toe pick like the old ones did. Yeah, very similar.
Oh.
If you look at the size of the toe pick, this is the old Jackson Aspire blade, and this is the new Coronation Dance. Look, it's pretty much the same size.
Yeah.
It's not a small dance pick, it's like full-on Coronation Ace pick, I have a feeling. All right, first test drive done. Sorry, excuse, it's raining
Went
here. I
to
don't
run
know
to
if you
the car.
guys can see. But so overall impression, I love them. Completely, fully in love with them. They're awesome. Both the boots and the blades. I feel like this is gonna be it. It's still gonna be an adjustment period because right now the boots still feel a little bit awkward. They're stiff, they're new. So sometimes I don't, sometimes I don't feel my bends as much or don't react as fast. I kind of have to really like stop and think and be super hyper aware of where everything is in my body and what goes where. Things just don't happen automatically like they did in the old skates. But I'm pretty sure it's just the adjustment period of new boots, which is normal, and the new blades at the same time. Because, go big or go home. But overall, I'd say great boot for Edea Showgirl and great blade for John Wilson Coronation Dance. I managed to actually pronounce the whole thing in one sentence. I'm very proud of myself right now.
I thought like, oh my gosh, gonna forget that.
Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Hope it was helpful and useful if you're still considering new skates or new blades. And see you next week.